Tonight, Donald Trump is going to talk for an hour and a half. Oh boy.
Hold on to your butts.
Welcome to Paradox. Today I'm at the beach for some reason. Tonight is the 2018 State of the Union, and with the presidential equivalent of a Rickroll in office, we're gonna have a lot more fun than we should on this night. But let's put him aside for a while and talk about the history of the State of the Union and how important it is to America. Again, I'd like to remind everyone that I actually have no idea why I came to the beach to film this. The State of the Union is an annual address the sitting president gives to Congress, where he announces what he's going to do for the rest of the year and talks about how strong the state of our union is. The State of the Union is a speech that the entire world looks to see where America's headed, but prior to the 1950s, it wasn't as nationally celebrated as it is today. The State of the Union address has its deepest roots all the way back to the Constitution.
Yep, that is some smooth misery right there.
The president shall from time to time give to Congress information of the State of the Union and recommend to their consideration such measures as he shall judge necessary and expedient. All the way back in 1790, George Washington gave the first of these speeches to the first Congress of the United States. And all the way up until the 1950s, presidents just decided whether or not they wanted to give one that year. But that all changed in 1947 with JFK. He went back and took inspiration straight from the Constitution and officially used the word State of the Union to define the name of the speech. He was the first to really set the precedent of meeting every year to do this speech, and since then, we have.
My God, this is like walking on hell.
And from there on, all these other boring things happen. You can pause the video to read if you want. But then, we get to present day, where partisan bullshit took the State of the Union from a regular speech to overdrive ridiculous. Now it's pretty much guaranteed that the party that follows the president will be incessantly clapping the whole night, and the party that opposes him will be, well, sleeping. And while we're on the subject of partisanship, let's talk about Donald Trump. His administration last night underscored the illiteracy of his own speech by sending out State of the Union invitation cards which read, State of the Union. Now, that is not a thing. If history is to be any guideline, then Donald Trump will be speaking for over an hour and a half. Now, I'm fairly confident that an hour and a half long Donald Trump speech just isn't quite safe for the human psyche. Mentally, physically, theoretically. So I have made you a State of the Union cheat sheet, if you will, where I have condensed and predicted what Donald Trump is going to say using clips of Donald Trump speaking.
Let's wash all the misery off my feet now.
Alright, where was I? Basically, I created a State of the Union cheat sheet for you so that you wouldn't have to put yourself through the entire State of the Union yourself. Unfortunately, to do so, I had to spend over 18 hours listening to that incoherent man speak incoherently. But if you enjoy it, it's all worth it. So, without further ado, enjoy!
The American dream is dead. We're dying. We're dying. Being like a rocket ship, except in the wrong direction. Fake media, fake news. We have losers. We have people that are stupid. That's probably what I do best. I'm a builder. I just sold an apartment for $15 million to somebody from China. But Mr. Trump, you're not a nice person. I am the least anti-Semitic person that you've ever seen in your entire life.
Oh, no, I'm not a racist. I am the least racist person you have ever interviewed.
I will be the greatest jobs president that God ever created. Nobody knows the system better than me. Into a bicycle race at 72 years old and falls or breaks his leg. I won't be doing that. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. 14-point plan. Bing, bing, bing. I would build a great wall, and nobody builds walls better than me, believe me. We're thinking about building the wall as a solar wall. And we will make America great again. Those tunnels. Bing, boom. Right under the toilet. Bing, boom.
Thank you so much for watching Paradox today. Later tonight, if you find yourself struggling to watch the State of the Union and staying conscious, then why don't you partake in this fun activity I found on the internet? It's called State of the Union Bingo, where you can basically scream out a word in victory if you win, probably like our president tonight. So have fun with that. PDF in the description. Have fun and enjoy being miserable tonight.